Hi, this is Attila 16 and this is a video of Fall of the Samurais, and this is the beginning of the campaign. So what I'll do is I'll choose a faction. I think what I'll do is I'll choose the Tsu faction, which is initially hard, and you start with one province. They have +2 in persuasion. They have furtiveness and they have fortitude as well as artifice. So whatever that means, I'll go with that. And let's do it. Okay, so the goal of this campaign is to either save the Emperor or side with the rebels, which are the Shogunate. And I start pretty much surrounded by enemies, or potential enemies, and I have a bunch of Yarikashi, a bunch of Spear Levy, a bunch of Matchlock Kashi, and Kinsho Ninja. So my faction seem to be really oriented toward espionage and that kind of stuff. So here I have a Shinobi, and I'll send him kill something for the sake of it. So here we go. Enemy wounded. Okay, so that's a general less to worry about for the moment. So now I have two choices. Either I start a war, which they don't really advise, but I'm already at war with the province of Omi. So what I'll do is, since I'm not really familiar with that campaign yet, I'll probably try to develop my economy. That's usually a good way to start. Now the other thing I'll do is I'll produce some troops. How about some samurai and some Livy infantry, which are armed with guns. I'll send my general toward the north, and I'll send my army, which is into the castle as well. This way I'll be able to deliver a punch to that province right away, and I will be able to expand or develop further. Now the other thing I need to do is to develop that, and I guess I'll invest in military technology, because I think in terms of maintaining order into my province, I'm probably safe for the moment, because my faction seem to be developed toward that. So I guess I'll develop military technology, because the enemies are near, and it's clear that I will have to make a stand in this. Example this. I'm already potentially entering a war. Ally attacked, defender, okay. Okay, I'm already at war with somebody else, which I don't even know where he is, so that's fine. So as you can see, my position is really dangerous, and that means I will need to be careful about this. Okay, now there's an enemy army right there. I'll try to engage them right away. It's very likely that they'll pull back. Yep, they did. Doesn't matter. My goal is the city. Once I capture the city, the army is gone. But now it's very likely that what they'll do is they'll simply enter the town and reinforce the garrison there. So, okay. What I need to do is to really produce more troops. Unfortunately, it seemed that my town here is fairly well developed. So I'm able to produce actual good troops, which seem to be kind of like samurais. But even with that kind of troop, I'm really not sure. I'm not particularly advanced. There you go. The guy sent his troops inside the town, so that will make it a pain for me. Alright, they want me to capture that province, and I'll get a reward, which is good. Now what I'll do is I'll reinforce my army, and I'll siege that castle. Now it's really unclear if I can win or not, and since I don't have really any incentive to attack right away, I'll just siege them, And while I'm doing that, I will send some reinforcements, and with those reinforcements I'll probably be able to destroy them fairly easily. Okay, now what I'll do is I'll keep my money, because I think I have sufficient amount of troop to capture that without much trouble. And if the enemy comes out of that town, my troops are well, they should be able to hold their own against that. It's all a question of evaluating forces. And okay, now what I'll do is I'll develop my city of Iga, and from there I'll probably be able to produce better troops. Now one of my ally, or potential ally, I'm not sure about that, seem to have been wiped out. And here this is probably an ally, I'm not sure though. Either way. At peace. Okay, so this guy is not an enemy, and he will probably come and support my troops. Once again, not sure about that, but it's possible or plausible. But the problem here is that my ally was wiped out here, so I will have to first capture Omi, and then I'll probably go to Yamato. Okay, let's attack that. As you can see, they don't stand much chance, but since I'm playing it very hard, and it's when you auto battle, it will destroy the walls. So what that means is I'll do the battle personally, and that will allow you guys to see the battle right away. So let's do it. Okay, so apparently we're winter, so we're in winter, and we'll have to attack that fort. Now since the last Shogun, this one is like Empire Total War meet Shogun 2. That's really how it feels. So this is still Shogun, but at the same time there's gun in it. And while you might imagine it's a huge difference, it's not that different. It's just that the guns are much more effective, and you need to take that into consideration. And I even have some ninja here. Okay. And what that means is that guns are really good to defend position, and sword are not particularly that good to attack position. At the same time, shooting with guns on defender really is not the best solution either. So it's really a kind of compromise kind of situation. It's like the guns are not really good to attack, but they're really good to defend. And that means that you need to find a way to really get to your objective by avoiding being shot at. So that's the main difference. While in the previous Total War, you could pretty much survive anything. Of course, as long as you did not stay under the fire or, well, a rain of arrow. Now the good news here is that I have some reinforcements, which I sent from the city, my original city, my capital. And the other good news is that those matchlock unit, they are not moving, which means they won't fire on my troops yet. Now I have some Kaisho Ninja, which I really have no idea what I'll do with. And now I will really need to rely on my armored troops, which is really a paradoxical situation considering they have guns. But you know, even in the Musketeer, the bayonet and melee fight were still decisive in battles. So it's not because they have guns that we should be impressed. Far from it. Okay. So what I can do is deploy those troops here. Now I really need to bring my spearmen closer in order to effectively capture the wall. Even though I have much more troops, it's still a pretty dangerous situation because they can react to me fairly easily. And as you may notice, my troops are not particularly heavy. So that means that they can still inflict a lot of casualties to my troops if they react well. Now the problem is that my ninja were attacked by the enemy general bodyguards. I'm not too sure how good they are against cavalry, but if they are like in the last Shogun, they are pretty bad. Okay, now here I'm being engaged by heavy troops. Okay, I'll climb those walls. It's not looking particularly good so far. People that like gun will enjoy my troop shooting on the enemy. Okay, one of my units was routed. It was expected. And they were largely a diversion. Alright, so what I'll do is I'll move my matchlock unit to the left, where I seem to have a better footing inside the castle. I'll keep distracting the enemy using those troops here. But while I do that, I'll send some riflemen inside. This way I'll be able to fire on the enemy, hopefully. I'm not too sure what these guys are doing, but I guess I'll follow up on their idea. Okay, on the left side I seem to be winning because my troops are heavier. They are more like samurais. But at the same time it's clear that here I'm a little in danger. So I'll direct a few of my troops there. Anyway, here I think the unit remaining here will take care of that. So I'll support the center. And anyway, that will manage to get rid of the enemy general, which is always an important thing in strategy. Let's climb those walls. I'll lose a few troops there, but doesn't matter. What is really important about that battle is to actually capture the fort intact. This way I'll be able to secure the position, produce troops there, and but because the thing is that when you do auto battle for a fort, especially at higher difficulty, what happens is that it really makes you lose a turn. In terms of you have to rebuild the fort, which is really not a good thing. So it doesn't give you much choice but to do the battle. Okay, I guess I'll just send my riflemen there. And as you can see, even though I have rifles, they did not play much of a role in there. The battle was won largely by good quality spearmen, like in the old days. And as for the enemy riflemen, they really did not play any part at all, other than being butchered here.
Their allies have forsaken them.
Ladies awaiting orders.
Their allies? Where? Okay, anyway. Okay, so now normally there should be winning in 18 seconds, 16 seconds, 15 seconds. So I guess this battle will conclude the first video of that series of video about Shogun to Total War, the Fall of the Samurais. And I hope you enjoyed this first peek. And let's hope this campaign will be a lot of fun to play and watch.